Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, Knox. Okay. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my gosh, he's losing his damn mind already. What is going on, everybody? They put Star Wars in Fortnite? Ugh. Here, there's your treat. Gross. You just got babas all over my hand, bro. What is going on, everybody? As you can see, Knox's bed is empty right now. I gotta turn it a little bit. Yep, there we go. So that way you guys can see him when he gets over to his bed. Go on, go on. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. And I saw that first super chat that, sorry I'm late, can we restart? Well, you're not late, actually. And I see that, no, there's not a comment coming. 12 Bravo checking in. Good old combat engineers. What is going on? Big Chill and the best burgers for the wife's birthday. Ooh, what is the best burger? That is a question right there. I go to MEPS for the Marines on Monday. What's going on? Well, your life is about to change drastically, and Knox is throwing around a small bed. Knox, hang on. Watch out. Come on. Come on. You got it. Your bed has to be in camera, bro. Go on. Go to your bed. Good boy. Oh, what is up? Oh, Kozak is in here. Oh my gosh. Kozak, did you quit your job? He has a bigger bed, that big blue one, but he likes the small one. I don't know what his deal is. Dr. Kozak is in here. Where's he at? There he is. Hey, what's up, buddy? What is up? He's got a bigger bed. He has it. The big blue one right next to that one. He just prefers the small one. You've been waiting all week for this live. Sorry, I'm just drinking some water. I didn't want to get a whole like 6-pack or 12-pack or anything like that. I was just like, I'll have that tonight. That'll be fine. Your first stream, alcoholism is on the left, depression is on the right. Be careful you don't trip and fall into any feelings. Letting my girl watch her shows while I watch this. What shows? My missus is all about them K-dramas. My dog is broke. Yeah, he's... So when I got Knox, I was with my ex-wife. And she brought him home, and we thought he was blind. Because when his mom would get up and move a couple of feet, he would yelp like he couldn't find her, so we thought he was blind. Turns out he's just a little slow. Knox, quit licking whatever you're licking. Have I gotten any backlash from the Buffalo vid? No, actually. No, I was really expecting like someone to call me in, and I was just gonna be like, so you don't want me to sit next to somebody who blows the whistle on bad things that are happening? That's strange. But honestly, guys, I've been so incredibly proud of you. I am, like, you have no idea, man. Just watching the community come together and try and you know, get the information out there and try and get people aware of what is going on. I could not be more proud of you guys. You guys are crushing it. Anarchy, today's election day down under. Over a meal, a succulent Chinese trade deal. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. That is one of the greatest videos in internet history. And no F-18 in sight already. Yeah, no. He did a cannonball, didn't you see? Once again, I found a thing I wanted to share. Spidertism, like your spidertism. I too was dropped while I was in the womb. That's how they found out about me. Your mom fell down the stairs? Jesus. That's insane. USS America CV had SM1. Seriously? The America had... Now I know. Little European Texas. Lucas? Is it just Lucas? Yeah. Maybe I overpronounced that. I'm a little dyslexic. Is she fully acclimated to her AWACS role? Honestly, I recorded that video and we had to go back and record some other parts because she kind of fit into her role a little bit better, and I'm incredibly proud of her as well. Weapons reached out to me and he was like, you know, she did wonderful. It's bad circumstances that she had to do it, but she crushed it. And so I'm gonna hear about it.
Why do you want to hear from Buff? I gotta be able to hear myself for this. What the hell do you want from Grandpa Buff? I'm busy. I'm turning something into a snow globe.
You're definitely...
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Appreciate all you and the unsubscribe podcast do.
Thank you so much, Cody. I appreciate you guys. Like, you have no idea. Like, words cannot... The English language does not have the words to express how proud of you guys I am. Eli, I talked to him yesterday. He called me. I'm not going to give it away or anything like that, but he told me the final numbers of what is going to Buffalo Public Schools and what, or not the public schools themselves, but the one charity that helps kids, and then the other one for autism. And you guys crushed it. You guys completely crushed it. I'm so incredibly proud of you all. I'll give you guys a little tidbit. Working on a new shirt. It's a simple shirt. It's a simple design, and it's me wanting to give one last to the Army. It's going to be in coyote brown, coyote tan. We can't call it coyote tan, but it's going to be coyote brown. And on the back of it, it's just going to say, "I was ordered to be here," because I want to see that all over formations across the Army, and I think it's going to be wonderful. We stand with Rich, rating for Nick's. Oh, bro, I saw the Freedom of Information Act request. I was like, oh, it just got better. Rich is my favorite among y'all pepper boxers. He reminds me of my best friend. Rest in peace to your best friend, by the way, Stuart. I'm really glad everyone's friends makes life gooder. Dude, those, like, don't get me wrong. I know I get a lot of shit from Rich. If you guys watch, Kind of Consensual, the podcast that I'm on, I get bullied by him pretty regularly. And, but Rich, off camera, is probably one of the most genuine people I've ever met in my entire life. And he loves helping people. Going into that podcast, like, we didn't know what Rich wanted to talk about. So, like, our reactions are genuine reactions. Dude, it's insane. And you guys are the voice of change. Like, we would just be, screaming into the void if it wasn't for you guys. So I really do want to say thank you all for helping us, chase this down and get these kids taken care of. Seriously. You want that shirt for Motopool Monday? It's coming. I just got some of the drafts back about it. So, as an ODST fan, I was happy to hear that today. Bro, I think everyone who's ever played a Halo game is an ODST fan. The game is criminally underrated, personally. What have you guys been playing lately? I will tell you, I've been playing RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I'm not very good at it, but I'm having a lot of fun, mainly just building shit. It's very grindy. It takes a lot of time. I'm going to pull up my Steam, see how many hours I got in it so far. Because, like, literally any spare time I have, which is not a lot. So since it's came out, I have 17 hours in it. I know that's rookie numbers for a lot of you guys. You're like, 17 hours? I can get that in a day. Yeah, I can't. Al Green is on a mindless rant about impeaching Trump. On a side note, hope that stuff in Buffalo gets a solid resolution. Families deserve better. I totally agree, man. And it's I wish it didn't happen. Like, I wish that a good man like Rich didn't have to step forward and bring it to light. But at the same time, I am so, like, incredibly proud of him and you guys. To watch him, like, he's jeopardizing everything to try and come forward and bring awareness to this. And dude, the guy is one of the bravest people I know. You've been playing Minecraft, Katie. Pfft, whack. War Thunder, gathering data to leak. Kozak. Playing Fallout 4? Oh, bro, I haven't played that in a long time. How are y'all doing? I'm good. It's my first week of class. I wasn't supposed to teach this class, but I'm still waiting on my stuff to get back from the VA, so I know when I'm getting out of the Army. So I'm just in a holding pattern right now. And I wasn't supposed to teach this class, but they literally have nobody else. I've been telling them for over a year that I'm getting out of the Army, and they don't have a replacement for me. So, would I ever have a T-14 Sea Power? I've never played Sea Power. Helldivers 2, I played that with my siblings. I've never even heard of Crust. But when the Abrams X comes to fruition, that is 100% going to happen. Like, there's a 100% chance. Because, like, anytime the bad guys come out with something, I have to find the American equivalent and go after it and, like, have it become a thing. But we'll see. That podcast just came out with Cappy and all the others was great. Little annoyed people talking over the top of the others, but other than that, amazing. That's entirely true. Absolutely facts. It's always a good time, man. Oblivion remastered. A lot of people are into that one lately. I just not my cup of tea. I can appreciate the art style. I can appreciate the effort that goes into the game. Just not my cup of tea. Can we get a replica of his bad bitch mug to sell on Bunker? So, Unsub did make bad bitch merch. There is a steel tumbler, and they have 2 shirts. Hold on. I have duty this weekend, so that's the duty NCO. Boom. All right. I think Unsub could stream them playing Helldivers one night. I will ask, but dude, just getting all of us together, even for a kind of consensual, is really difficult. And look, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I said it last weekend that I was trying to do it. I still haven't heard anything from the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. I want to go there for Habitually Fat. I want to do that episode. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of different locations I want to do. I might have an in at the Armor Training Support Facility in Fort Benning, Georgia. Working that too. Somebody in the last stream brought up that there was like a nuclear power museum in Idaho. I've been looking into that one too, but the only one that I've genuinely, like, I've contacted them directly is the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. And I'm trying to get, you know, I shot them another email last night, and I still have gotten nothing back. Hope everyone's been good. First stream in a while. Hey, welcome, Clone. Catching a hot minute. Recently been writing some original military sci-fi. That fucking goes hard. I love military sci-fi. Playing a neat game called Nebulous. Not even heard of that one, man. Dude, and this is the thing, and I love hearing about all these little tiny games, and it's not me talking shit saying little tiny games, but like, if you have a console, you're missing out. Okay, and this isn't like a PC master race type thing, but consoles don't get as many indie games. And I tell you right now, I was really done with the video game market. I was like, there's no passion there. It's all just microtransactions, and I want this and I want that, and let's add, you know, this fucking paid for DLC, and it was just all bad shit. But the indie market, when you get a PC, it's a whole other world. I have fallen back in love with gaming because small companies are coming together and they're building games for the love of gaming and not trying to satisfy shareholders. It's fucking beautiful. Rich is an amazing human being. Couldn't agree more. Still looks like a potato made love with a hedgehog. I have not seen the Battlefield 4 or BL4. Borderlands 4. Yes, I have seen that. I feel like everyone's going to be a Siren main, because the Siren got the most screen time. Having the UNSC Plus and ODST can beat a Helldiver in combat. Hold on. Now here come the feral Helldivers to defend it. Okay, 1v1, you might have it. ODST is like, they're like diet Spartans, I guess, is the easiest way. However, a Helldiver with all their stratagems, I'm going with the Helldiver, honestly. Any word of the Dark Star? No, I know we have the Dark Eagle, and that's the notional name of it. It's the long-range hypersonic weapon for the United States, and it's a ground-based hypersonic launcher. We will be deploying those by the end of fiscal year 2025. However, I would not be surprised if they're already deployed. Am I into Space Marine 2? No, it looks good. I never got into it. I never picked it up. I think I was playing during that time. What was I playing? Might have been Enshrouded. I'm still waiting on the next Enshrouded update. Yeah. The F-47 is canards. So Barry, it's interesting you say that. That was your... this is the thing. If you guys say something, it's in my head, unless I want to keep it a secret for, like, awesome effect. That's already in my head. If the canards are on there, that's happening. Dora the Spartan. Can you show me where the weapon is? I'm sorry, that was not a good Spartan. But yeah. ODSTs have vehicles in Max 2. Yeah, but there's not the saturation that Helldivers do. Like, there's so much. So much. Titan 2 Museum. I don't even know where that is. Why am I so late? Just mess with you. Oh, it's okay, Arthur. Show the Heretic. So this is the thing. I love... So lately my algorithm on, I want to say it's TikTok. I watch different things on every fucking social media. So people, like, if someone ever went through my social media, they'd be like, there's something wrong with this man. I think it's my TikTok one, has gotten all into Space Marine lore. And so I'm seeing a lot of Space Marine, 40K lore. And it's super fucking cool. And I love the art style. Like, it's just really awesome. I just haven't gotten into it myself. And I think that's partially due to a couple of factors. One, I'm either busy doing something else, or two, I just don't have time. Freedom Anarchy? Look, you're Australian. You don't know about... I'm just fucking with you, bro. Wife reminded me of White Plains Museum in New Mexico. Oh, you're talking about the White Sands. I've been there a few times. Also, White Sands National Park, straight down the road. Yep. I've seen one of the A-bombs there. Yeah, they have Fat Man. Well, they have a mock-up of Fat Man there inside, or outside. And then inside the adjacent building, they have a full-size, and it's laying on its side. It's kind of cut away. It looks really cool. V2. I've been to the Blockhouse out on White Sands. That was one of my old videos. The Blockhouse is where they had the V2 missile program after Operation Paperclip. I have not been to the Trinity. Okay, I've been near the Trinity site, like I could see it in the distance, but I didn't go the day they had the Trinity site opened. UNSC hands down get the dub. Well, yeah, UNSC, as soon as those ODSTs start getting hit, they're gonna send in the Spartans. That's gonna happen. Maneater's a fun time suck where you're a shark. Bro, like, this is the thing. And for me, you guys may laugh at me. Games are how I kind of shut my brain off and kind of just chill. And so when I pick up a game, I don't want something sweaty. I want something like mind-numbing. Not with New Mexico, Teal. Teal just texted me. Or are you talking about the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force? Yeah, I can't get through to anybody. Like, I got through to their public affairs. I gave them a rundown. I have me in the chat, my wife in the chat, and I have the fat electrician in the chat. Sent the guy all the details, sent him links, and that was 2 weeks ago. I told him we were shooting for June because that's when after my students graduate, and I still have gotten nothing. Sorry. PC always has the high ground. Consoles will never take over. GTA 6. Yeah, I saw the This is the thing. I did not intend that. When I made that joke about GTA 6 as the kid, I did not intend to be like, oh yeah, it's because it's getting pushed back. I did not expect that. I posted that video, and then this morning I read that it got pushed back. And then, of course, I made a meme about Borderlands being pushed 2 weeks earlier and Rockstar getting pushing GTA 6 till next year. And I was just like, what a fucking Chad moment for Gearbox. The universe works in mysterious ways. Absolutely. We'll never get GTA 6. I think it'll come eventually. Not into Warhammer 40K yet. Here's heresy. I read it as hearsay because I'm fucking dumb. YMCA is the F-47 entry music. Don't do it, Ethan. 40K steals your wallet, extracts all money from your account, and ruins your life. Dude, I already have too many hobbies. I already have way too many hobbies. And when I get out of the military, I'm super excited because I want to build a fire pit. Like, I haven't done concrete work in a long time. I haven't done brick work in a long time. Not since I was a kid. It's hot work. It's hard. But I want to build like a bitchin' fucking fire pit in my backyard. Can the F-47 have Trump hair too? How would I make a like a gay Trump F-47?
He had the prettiest nails.
I can't even keep a straight face for it.
We have the prettiest nails with the prettiest bombs. It's gonna beautiful bombs.
It's fucking nuts, man. Oh man. Bro just wants his burn pit back. You know, that's fair. Blood for the blood god. Are we having a blood feud, Colin? Metal Gear streams when? So here's the thing. I considered it heavily. Like, once I got out, I was like, maybe I'll stream video games again. And Mrs. Linecrosser, God bless her, the woman is the best player on my team. I really do think so. And she was like, look, right now, video games are the one thing you have where you get to shut your brain off and relax. Do you really want to make that work? And no, I got it. Like, there's a difference between being out in 100-degree weather, like construction work. Like, that's a completely different type. But, you know, there is you got to keep the conversation going. You got to continue to say things, talk about things. It is a bit of a of effort that goes into it. And I was like, she's probably right. EA sucks. Big facts. Black Dragon, 100%. Gearbox has some making up to do for the. I haven't seen or played Homeworld 3. I'm excited for the possibility of what Borderlands 4 could be. And I tagged Randy Pitchford, I think the CEO of Gearbox, and I was like, it would be wonderful if, and I think it would really do them well from just a business perspective, is if in Borderlands 4 they had jokes about the Borderlands movie, about how bad it was. Like just squeeze those in and have some like jokes every now and again about how bad the Borderlands movie was, because that'll, number one, show them that a company can laugh at themselves. And number two, it'll also show the world that, like, hey, we're separating ourselves from this product that was put out because it was just not good. So I think that would be a better way for them to go. Gotta try Rust? No, thank you. I like where my keyboard and everything is located. I don't feel like throwing that. Southpaws for buff. Lefties unite. The worst game company is EA. Oh, bro. Titanfall 3. I'm at the point right now, like, I'm starting to see how powerful like a community can be. And like with great power comes great responsibility. I'm all about that, right? And I don't want to just be like, hey, you guys should give to this. Hey, you guys should give to this. Hey, because like that's fucked up to do to you. But I'm not gonna lie, it's crossed my mind before to try and get a number from Respawn or EA to see how much it would cost for the rights to Titanfall. And then crowdsource, buy the rights to Titanfall and give it to an indie company and watch them fucking crush it. Like, just destroy everybody on the market. It has crossed my mind before. It has. Like, maybe that's my villain arc. But Rust is not it for anyone. No, bro, Rust is rough, bro. SOCOM needs a new game. I thought they were coming out with one. I should try to go Dragon Man's Military Museum here in Colorado Springs. Bro, I'm down. I mean, everything is on the table. The things that are like in my brain that are high on my list is the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. It is the sorry, I had to text Teal back. Pearl Harbor Museum in Hawaii. I also want to go see the USS Arizona and the Mighty Mo while I'm out there. And then I'd like to see Guam. And the reason I want to see Guam is, like, the museum itself is not very good, but I think there's some interesting history there because that's the only landmass in history that's ever been taken from the United States. And I think that's important. Or island, anyways. Watching your dynamic with Rich and the Unsub guy is amazing. I am a little new to your content, so forgive me for asking, what are canards and why are they gay? Okay, so canards, if you look at like the Eurofighter Typhoon has them, the J-20 has them. What they are is they're the little bitty wings on both sides of the cockpit. And they allow for additional like maneuvering and stuff like that. Like there's a purpose for canards, especially on Delta Wing aircraft like the Eurofighter Typhoon. It was a joke that I made a while back, and I'm like, you know what? Now we're just going to live with it. Now it's just going to continue to be the standard. I know I'm late, Josh. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get caught up. Thank you so much for the content you create. Also, love the gay Trump voice. Hope you don't break a nail. Also, high hopes for Borderlands 4. Off to be with the fam. Hey, take it easy, Postable. My pills are wearing off. Please, Titanfall 3. Bro, I threw my pills away. I got to go get some more, man. The F-47 can slay. Yeah. Gotta get back to killing pixels. Oh, you playing, what's that one? It's like Battlefield, but it's, yeah. Would honestly recommend Nebulous if strategy games are your thing. Lead devs are Navy boys. Does a great job of portrayal of things like missile warfare. I'm willing to give it a shot, but some of those are like really, really in depth. Like so people were like, you need to play DCS. I downloaded DCS. I was like, okay, we'll give it a shot. Couldn't figure out how to start the plane. I uninstalled DCS. I have no idea how to do that shit. Borderlands animated series, yay or nay? So here's the thing with the Borderlands. I don't know what it is with these like writers and movie companies. Like, this worked great. People loved it, but I can do better. Why? You wanted to make a great Borderlands movie? A fucking phenomenal Borderlands movie? Take Borderlands 2, fill in all the characters with real people. Ta-da. Like, that's it. That's all you had to do. The entire script was written for you. Just Borderlands 2 into a movie. That's it. We cheat death from this rightful victory. No one can defeat us. We are glad to plunge feet first into hell. In the knowledge that we rise, we are ODST. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. ODST goes hard. And here's the thing. Okay, ODST has a cult following in a way that Helldivers thinks they do. But I guarantee you, if they dropped a Halo ODST game tomorrow that you played like Helldivers, where you had to conquer planets from like the Covenant or the Flood or something along those lines, Helldivers would be dead in a week. Just saying how it is. Like, if you made an ODST game in the style of Helldivers would be dead in a week. I'm sorry. Like, the ODST has a cult following. That game came out, what, 10 years ago? 12 years ago? And people still, like, they love how good that game was. So, like, yeah. Aegis says Goosebumps. Yep. I'd buy it. Yeah, I'd run out and grab it in a second. You got too many hours in War Thunder? No, thank you. Tucson, Arizona, Plain Boneyard. I would love to get there. It is the thing. So for me and Nick, and maybe I bit off more than I can chew, is people don't know about our show very much. You guys do. So we got to start small and we got to work our way up. And I understand that. Like, Unsub couldn't just be like magically one day we're the Unsubscribed podcast. Hey, let's go to the Pentagon. They had to build up from there. So I'm hoping like we keep working with the people who want to work with us. Also, I forgot I got to send to Show the contact information for Nick and Eli to go get measured for suits of armor so that they can do so that they can fight in December. Yeah, they're getting into a ring with other people in suits of armor to fight them. Because that's an opportunity they were just granted, and I'm going to try and make that happen any chance I can get. Any wood chipper shirts coming down the line? For right now, no. So my aversion to the wood chipper thing, like, I don't mind making small jokes here and there, but my aversion to the wood chipper thing is we do want to make real change here, and this is something I want to reiterate to you guys. I love shit posting. If you've ever seen my Twitter, you know I love shit posting. But in this situation, we also, like, they're not going to take anybody serious if it's just wood chipper jokes and, like, attacking them overtly. We have to be measured in our responses we go into this so that we're taken seriously. So that's my only aversion to it at this point in time. Eli's racially ambiguous. You'd love to night fight? Bro, best part of Guam is that you still come across tank hulls, bunkers, cannons. Dude, I'm telling you, I want to check that one out. The downside is, right, with this are habitually fat. I do want to go international. I would love to see Dachau, Auschwitz-Birkenau, Treblinka, the Ardennes, fucking Normandy. There's a possibility, you have to be invited there by the Japanese government, but there's a small possibility we could get to go to Iwo Jima, which would be fucking awesome. Downside is for me and Nick, part of our job is making jokes and quips while we're watching or while we're going through these museums. I don't know if I could ever make jokes in those locations. I mean, maybe Iwo Jima? Like walking around with a metal detector, be like, I'm looking for John Bast alone. That might go okay, but some of those other ones, I don't know. I don't know if that'll go. Love the content, getting my dad to watch too. I'm happy I could do that for you, Thaddeus, and thank you for sharing with your father. He's a retired Alabama, is it Army National Guard? Or no, Air National Guard, Senior Master Sergeant, I think. That's the acronym I'm not familiar with, I'm sorry. He just got fuck. Also sending support for angry cops. Thaddeus, hey, best, thank you so much for sharing my content with your father. I hope it's something you guys can bond over. I'm sorry to hear about his diagnosis. Dude, our prayers are with you, man. Thank you so much. I genuinely hope everything goes well for you guys, and tell him do not fucking give up. Do not ever quit. Honestly, that's a real like hard one to continue through, but like the only reason I've gotten so far in life, I'm too stupid to quit. Like, don't get me wrong. I have wished, there's times where I wished my back broke or my knees gave out or like, oh, it'd be so good if I just had an aneurysm right now and it was over. Like, that's happened. But it's never happened to me. So, like, I will tell you, don't ever fucking quit. Do not ever fucking quit. You can clip this and send it to your dad. Don't you dare fucking quit. You're not allowed to. You got this shit, man. But thank you so much for being here, man. You and the Unsub gang are amazing. Those guys are amazing. I'm riding coattails. No, it's all good. Gives me hope knowing people like you guys are out there. Can I get a hell yeah? Guy, from Chicago. I got family up that way. I may want to get up there sooner or later. I do have some family up that way. I play Helldivers 2, but modded to have ODST Spartan armor and weapons. That's fucking gangster. Now I want to mod my Helldivers 2. Like, PC gaming, it just opens up a whole other world to you guys. I encourage you, man. PCs are getting a lot cheaper nowadays. And when it comes to your consoles, you're pretty much getting a gaming PC that is optimized for video games. Like, that's... And PCs are so easy to work on and build. Literally, there's a YouTube video for everything. Like, I thought PCs were difficult. Like, have somebody with you that knows PCs when you first try to build something. Okay? Buy all the parts. They'll tell you what parts to buy, how they work, how they work together. Use like a PC part picker, which you can put all your parts in there and it'll let you know if they work together. It's great. And then have them show you how to build it. And that will begin your infatuation. Like the first time I built a carburetor, I wanted to see what I could get that engine to do. And the same goes for a PC. The first time I built a PC, I was like, okay, I can do a bigger GPU. I'm going to need a bigger power supply. Got to crank up that RAM. Not enough storage in there. Like, and then your brain just starts fucking doing that, man. Make more F-18 content. I plan on it. The F-18's been getting a lot of attention, so, I mean, definitely. I'm also late, but not a regular. It's okay, Seymour, you're here. I used to do that type of fighting. There's second and third generation fighters out there now, and they'll take it very seriously. Proceed with caution. I mean, these guys are willing to sign waivers and go in there and get their shit rocked. I told them, I was like, look, man, I'll be there with my meat and my turkey leg. I'm going to be just chilling on the sideline cheering for you. Like, I'm too old to get punched in the face. If I'm getting punched in the face, someone else is getting turned into fucking a sprinkler. I don't get punched in the face. Nick visits Lenin's tomb. Where is Lenin's tomb at? Like, I can't do Russia. He's former military and I'm active duty. I cannot do Russia. I don't know where Lenin's buried. Is it Leningrad? Stress test time. Love what you do. Makes me laugh after a long 18-20 hour day. Holy shit, dude. That's long days. Have I played War Thunder yet? Yes, but I think the highest I ever got was like tier 4. Because after that, dude, that's when you run into the fucking sweats. Or you can talk to your neighborhood scoop for computers. Also, I sent you some info about Normandy stuff. Did you? Now we're getting somewhere. He's making working Spartan armor and Mjolnir armor? Jesus. Ian, aka Gun Jesus, does his Forgotten Weapons vids. There's a weapon that I would like to shoot someday, and I didn't know it existed. Somebody in here showed me about it. It's the 30-06 Thompson. My first sergeant is actually a gun dealer, has an FFL, buys and sells, like does all that stuff the right way. And I was like, how much is one of those? And he's like, last one I found was 300 grand. And I was like, yeah, that's a bit outside my price range, man. Matt Holloway, law enforcement today. Did you see my updated story about the Buffalo schools with Rich's theory? Defund the police started the problem. No, I did not see it, bro. I haven't been on the internet today. It's been, so this morning we had, oh my God, hold on. What was my day like? This morning, storms. Then my students arrived and we had newcomers brief. Immediately from the newcomers brief, we headed to the museum. As soon as the museum was done, I went and inhaled some food, and then I came back for a promotion and an award ceremony, and then we did closeout with my students, and then I had fucking what is it called? Fucking some kind of training. For the force debate with angry cops and electrician moving laterally to put distance between a threat that's similar to notching a missile in air-to-air. Yeah? I mean, the movement is about similar, comma, however, they won't lose sight of you when you move laterally, but yeah, it's the same movement anyways. You think Lenin's in Moscow? Yeah, we ain't going there, homeboy. Hey, contact me. I'm an armored MMA fighter in Texas. We have an event in Houston May 10th. I can get you guys all access passes. Tiger Claw, do me a favor. Inquire. So this is my Gmail. My wife will get it, and she'll make sure that I get it. Just say, hey, I was on the stream tonight. Night fighting, blah, blah, blah. So inquire.hlc@gmail.com. That's my my HLC email. I don't have it really posted anywhere anymore. There's also some guy in there who's like sending me just like weird updates that don't make any sense, like 3 or 4 times a day. I just haven't blocked him yet. If I ever come to Chicago without Fat Electrician for a nuke video at UIC, with or without, would love to be on the sidelines near the hilarious commentary. That's the thing, man. In front of people, we're goofy. Going back to work, you rock HLC. You rock for hire. You rock. Bloody pressure time. You can always get Brandon to make you a 30-06 Thompson. You know, that's right. When I'm done in the military, I'm going to go build a gun at Brandon's shop. I told him, I was like, I want to do that. And he's like, yeah, we can do that. And he's like, do you know what you want to build? I have no idea. I don't have that many guns. I like lever guns, personally. Like Nick's fucking lever gun he had in the last kind of consensual. I think it's cool. Everyone's like, it's so ugly. I actually think it's fucking cool. But yeah, I told Brandon, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm going to build. Like, I just want to build something. So I've built engines. I've built 4-wheel drives, cars, motorcycles. I've built that. I've built computers. And now I want to learn to build guns, because every day is an opportunity to learn something new. What's the most underrated missile system in service and overrated in your opinion? Ooh, overrated is easy. The S-400. The S-400 makes a mistake. And the mistake is it thinks one system can do everything simultaneously. It can't. Layered air defense is the way to go. The S-400 is incredibly overrated. Plus, they don't know how to employ it properly. Underrated. Now, if we're talking missile defense, I would say underrated is probably the Iron Dome. And people are like, well, stuff gets through the Iron Dome. Yeah, but the Iron Dome has been saturated a lot. Like, a lot. It has been tested more than any other air defense system in existence. So it's had a lot of work. Now, if we're talking like offensive missiles, underrated, I want to say the M270 MLRS. Yeah. Because everyone, like the HIMARS, but the M270 is twice as much. Like, there's 2 fucking 6-packs on there, or 2 ATACMs. Like, it's a good fucking system. But I don't know that much about offensive systems. So, I mean, I do to a point. Please check out the Chesterfield, Virginia commercial fusion plant. I'll check it out. Dude, everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. So I can't say where we're going to go next. I know where I want to go next, but I don't know. Your dad was 88. He was Hawk? No shit. He went Hawk 2 Avenger. So he's an old 14 Sierra. Hey, do you guys know the last American Avenger that fired a missile in combat? Iron Man. I'm sorry. I can't, yeah. HLC, we stand with Rich. Bro, he is fucking awesome. Like, I'm so incredibly proud of him. And I check in with him as often as I can, but he's also a busy dude. He's seeming like it's not getting to him, but Rich also doesn't like he's not a vulnerable person. He's also like, Rich is super matter of fact. He doesn't sugarcoat shit. If you've ever had a conversation with Rich, he is super matter of fact. Very direct, doesn't mix words, and that's one of the things I love about him. Hear me out, air defense indie game. The downside, like, it might be fun, but I also feel like that's playing with fire, because air defenders love to be right. He did 21 years, 84 to 2005. Damn, he was through Bosnia, Kosovo, Desert Storm, and fucking Iraq, Afghanistan. Shit. If I can't get into Dayton, I can try Dover, Delaware. I'm willing to try. So I do want to see, 1982 Jeep CJ8. I do want to do Gettysburg. I was told Gettysburg is just a really sobering experience. I want to do the Museum of Gettysburg. I want to go to like the actual battlefield of Gettysburg. Gettysburg is on my list. I also don't know very much about the American Civil War. Like, and I say that kind of loosely because I know a fuck ton about World War II. I know a decent amount about Vietnam. I know a decent amount about fucking Desert Storm. I know it was Union and fucking Confederates. I know the Confederacy seceded in 1861. They existed for 4 years. I want to say it was 61 to 65. So, yeah. And the uplink died. What uplink? I don't have any lost packets. How about World War One? I don't know a great deal about World War One, but you know what's funny is lately, so I pay attention to a lot of things different politicians say, and President Trump wants to change Veterans Day to Victory Day. And I see this both ways, because historically in the United States, pretty much the last, 80 years, Veterans Day has been for all veterans. Originally, Veterans Day, November 11th, was to mark the end of the First World War. The guns fell silent at 11/11. Fucking, it wasn't 1911, it was like 1918. But yeah, November 11th at 11/11, I want to say, is like, so that's why it's November 11th. Maybe. So I mean, he's not wrong, but modern stuff, we don't look at it that way. Clone, I would love to go to Corpus Christi, Texas, for more than a few reasons. I hear Corpus Christi is beautiful. Never been there. Do I watch Growling Sidewinder? I've heard of Growling Sidewinder. I've never watched Growling Sidewinder. The military flight simulator creator would be great if you used the kid's voice. I'm down. I'm fucking down. Wither!
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
As a World War I buff, your lack of knowledge of the time disturbing.
What is the time, Wither? It should be the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. Yeah. Oh, man, I fucked up. Okay, that's on me. Come to Southern Delaware. Listen, Tom. Delaware doesn't exist. I've been in the Army for 16 years, and I met one soldier who say they were from this imaginary place called Delaware. Delaware doesn't exist. Okay, you meet 1,000 people from Texas, a bunch of them from California, every other state in the Union, but I've met one person in 16 years from Delaware? Get out of here. It's not a real place. It's made up. Delaware doesn't exist, and I'm going to die on that hill. I'm going to post that on Twitter right after I get off of here. I'm going to be like, Delaware doesn't exist. It's not a real place. You can't be in the Army for 16 years and not run into 700 people from every single state. Come to think of it, I've never met anyone in the military from New Hampshire. That's also a made-up state. It's not a thing. Me, who lives next to Delaware. Yeah, you live next to something that doesn't exist. It's all right. You probably live at Area 51. Delaware's a psyop. Yes, John. Bro, I am sad that my previous wing seems to be having the shittiest jet record ever. Also, so fucking relieved I don't have to be anywhere near that. Were you on the Roosevelt? Isn't that, it's the, no. Yes, the Theodore Roosevelt that's over there. Oh, were you on the Roosevelt? Bro, I'm a reasonable dude, man. But I got a feeling like somebody fucking snapped with a plane going over the edge. Like somebody's in trouble. What about Korea? I've been to Korea before. I would love to go back to South Korea. I know a little bit about the Korean War. I mean, I was there, so I know about like Task Force Smith. I know, I've been to the DMZ.
Would you intercept me?
Gappers!
I'd intercept me.
Delaware and intelligence in the army, two things that are 100% not real.
Well, you know, you got one of those right. I'm not going to say which one, but you got one of those right. I should play Broken Arrow they're adding or have already added Pack 3. I don't know. I want you guys to know. Do you know what I Google the most when I do my videos? The information that I Google the most is the information I know. And you might be like, why do you Google the information you know the most? Because Uncle Sam is a lying motherfucker. So I want to see what the world says. Because I know what the numbers and everything are. And I'm like, how far can Patriots see? And Google's like 150K. And I'm like, cool, it's 150K. It was 100K until the Patriot got to Ukraine. And now all of a sudden Google updated it to 150. And it's like, okay. Oh, it's the Truman. It is the Truman. I'm sorry. Pretty sure the only place you can see an A-10 now is in a museum, which is where they belong along with the F-14. Gappers? Weapons, his ears are ringing right now. Weapons' ears are ringing, and he's going to show up in here. I haven't seen Weapons yet, but... And Muskegon? I don't know how to say that word. Michigan, there's a World War II. Dude, I'm down. I've never seen a submarine in real life. That may seem strange to you. I've only touched the water like 3 times in my entire life. Had a bad storm roll through the Northeast? Yeah, it was here a couple days ago, man. You be careful. If I go to Gettysburg, do the 9-mile hike around the battlefield, it takes 3 to 4 hours, and you end at the new museum. Really brings it home to you. You know the name of the show is Habitually Fat, right? You have any idea how much alcohol I'm going to have to pack for me and Nick to do 9 miles of hiking? You know what? Fuck it. Used to work VR motion sims at Dayton. I still have a contact there. Also did work on the Lex in Corpus. They have a sim there? No shit. I think that'd be fun. I'd love to get it. So Zach, veteran with a sign, he's gotten into the Apache simulators, and I'm like, bro, can you get me in on that? He's like, yeah, probably. Info sent to you in Gmail. Hope you guys there. AMMA is dropping 150,000 per event to make it a full UFC style. Armored MMA on YouTube. Tiger Claw, if this may be a Pepperbox sport. I don't know. I don't want to speak for the company. I don't speak for the company or anything like that, but we'll see what we can get into. So appreciate the info, Tiger Claw. Made a feral tank guy mad yesterday. He's a major fan of the Abrams, but got instantly red faced when I said the German Leopard tank is better. I mean, ultimately, both tanks are relatively comparable. Both have blowout panels, both have roughly the same amount of armor, both have the exact same gun, almost the exact same rounds. I mean, they're very comparable. Leopards have survived better in Ukraine. I got to give credit where credit's due. I don't like it. Not a fan. What is my favorite or least favorite air defense system? Most favorite is the U.S. Patriot system. I love that fucking stupid pile of shit. Like it's when it's not working, you're just like, you fucking just god damn it. You're like, you want to light it on fire and hit it with a hammer. Least favorite is the Buck M1. That's the one that I think is the Buck. That's the one that looks like it's a boat on wheels. I think it's ugly as shit. Looks stupid. Broken Arrow's a great game, comes out in June. So I do have it on my wish list. I haven't played it yet. Ouch, hot take on the A-10 and F-14. Bro, don't go near the water, has sharks and boats you don't want to touch. That's fair. I've only touched the ocean in 2 places that I know of. Yeah, 2. 2? Trying to think if there's a third one. So I touched it in the Strait of Hormuz at Atlantis on the Palm. And it felt like a salty, gross jacuzzi. It was hot as fuck, but it's the Middle East. Checks out. And the only other place I touched it was in Clearwater, Florida, or St. Pete, Florida. I think they're right next to each other. And that wasn't as bad. But I mean, I only went like ankle deep because fuck that, it's the ocean. I thought it was an hour late. How late am I? Really? We've been here. We're almost at an hour. We're at 52 minutes. How do I touch a boat? Well, I want to tell you, son of a pirate, you don't. I would highly discourage you from doing that. Let me see. Yeah, that's in euros or pounds. I'm not sure of that symbol. That might be pounds. I would highly discourage you from touching the boats. America has a bit of a pet peeve about that. Also did work on Intrepid in Yorktown. I was busy. God damn, Alex. A-10s use my lake dam as a target. Desert Storm, they were flying every few days, rattling the patio doors. Bro, it's funny as hell. Like, we have an impact zone. Bro's admitted he's only touched something wet 3 times.
I'd intercept me.
Bro just admitted he's only touched something wet 3 times. Yikes.
Bro. Okay? I got nothing, Gappers. I don't know anything about you, man. I know one thing about Gappers. He loves pissing off weapons in my Discord. Like, they get into pretty decent conversations. I know Gappers loves to piss him off. Hell yeah, Nick, keep up the good work and don't let YouTube censors get you. Or HLC, not Nick. I'm dyslexic. Dude, he just did a Freedom of Information Act request to the Buffalo Public Schools. We'll see what he gets. Aliens or USA involved in a full-blown World War III invasion? Which happens first and which do we win? So, USA versus the entire world, we would lose. I'm just going to be real with you. We have a lot of shit, and we're really good at war. But at that point, I mean, we have 300 million people, and they have 7.5 billion they can throw at us. So, I mean, just saturation, they can meat wall. But we do have trillions of rounds of ammo, so I mean, I don't know about that. Nuclear is going to really depict it. And aliens, so humans have showed me a couple of things. And I've seen the best and worst of humanity. I feel like I've seen the best and worst. I know I've seen some of the worst. I don't know if I've seen the best of humanity, but I've learned 2 things from humans. And I say that like I'm not one of them. Never underestimate a human's capacity for compassion. We're incredibly compassionate creatures. Like, that big fat stink fluff ball over there, I mean, aside from being an alarm system, he does nothing for me. But I love that motherfucker more than life itself. I love that big dipshit. It's like falling out of the bed like a soup that's boiled over. I love that fucking dipshit. We're compassionate creatures. But also, number 2, never underestimate a human's capacity to kill one another. Humans have always had one large enemy, which is other humans. That's just like through our entirety of our history. I shudder to think what would happen if that enemy changed to something that wasn't human. Like, we are violent, creative, deceptive, fucking like everything that, like, humans, dude, I feel like alien movies don't give us enough credit because humans are ingenious when it comes to ways of murdering one another. Like, we are very creative at that shit. Who do I think in a war against Iran? US, all day long. But if it was aliens against Iran, probably aliens. Hell, we might help them out. I don't know. Bama or Sippy? I don't know. What? Southern state. Just like how you love my Patriot system. I do love my Patriot system, Nat Fog. How to touch America's boat. Step 1, be smarter than a grunt. Step 2, join the Navy. Step 3, take off your chief petty officer. You'll be touching the boat as a lot as you sand down and polish the knee knockers. You know, that's solid advice right there. First time catching you live. Think I'll ever get the Constellation frigate working? I think we will. Like, I don't know why we forgot how to build frigates. I don't know why that became a thing. Like, we had a good frigate fleet, and then just out of nowhere, we're like, we have no idea how to do this anymore. USNA has a grudge of losing battleship. We don't like it when people touch the boats, man. I didn't learn about world wars in school because a teacher wasted a year beating Civil War history into us. Civil War the Civil War was important to the United States. I don't doubt the importance of the Civil War. The American Civil War was incredibly important. However, I think it pales in comparison to the global importance of World War I and World War II. So much of our world changed in both of those wars. So much changed. Think about it. Going into World War II, because this is what I know. Going into World War II, most countries were still using canvas aircraft. Russia was, the Polikarpov PO2. Some had wood. Very few had like aluminum or steel really at that time at the beginning, like the early, like late 1930s, right? Before the US really even got involved. And then fast forward 5-6 years, we have cruise missiles. We have surface to surface ballistic missiles. We have crossed the Kármán line. We have microwaves. We have radars. We that. The World War II changed history as we know it. And like it launched us forward technology wise in like just because of our willingness to kill each other. It's insane that humanity always goes through these like evolutionary leaps whenever we're willing to just murder each other. It's insane. I have a jar of dirt. Didn't learn about... Oh, yeah, sorry. How to touch America's boats. Oh, yeah, no, I read that one already. Sorry, I'm trying to stay with it, guys. Sorry. I don't mean visit the fusion plant. It's under construction. I want to see USA say, what you making there, pal? As Virginia says, box for holding a star. All right, I will check it out. Fusion plant, because I remember, I think I read something about that, but it was in France. So I just read an article. I got to read more about it because it doesn't really make any sense. They created a reactor inside of an area that has an electromagnet, and the electromagnet is quite literally so strong it can pick up an aircraft carrier. So I just, as a human, I want to know why. What is the purpose of that magnetic field? Why does it have to be so fucking strong? I don't know enough about this. And I can't make jokes unless I understand what the hell I'm joking about. So remember, the world pop is 8 billion. Also been in hospital for a week now. Life is annoying. San Diego sucks. Glad to see you about... Hey, Thayer... San Diego does suck. California is not the United States. People from...
I'd intercept me.
Since you're talking about the Civil War locations, why not check out Vicksburg?
Because I don't know Vicksburg. I don't know what it is. I have no idea the significance of that battle. See? I told you I didn't know about the American Civil War. I'm down. I'm down to go check it out. I want to know the significance of it before I go. Do I remember the old game Q Basic called Gorillas? They stand on a skyline throwing explosive bananas at each other and you choose the angle and velocity for each throw. No, I've never played that game. We said frigate? It's a frigate? Aren't I like 150 years old? How do I pass height and weight? Asking for a friend. So... right now I can't pass. But right now I'm literally in a holding pattern. They can't kick me out if they want to. Throughout the winter while I was traveling so much, because I don't know if you guys know this, in the Oklahoma City airport, they literally sell nothing but junk food. There's no vegetables, there's no fucking salads anywhere. So like eating good is impossible. But yes, I have gotten fat and I cannot pass right now. You can drive most of Gettysburg during daytime hours. Recommend the tour and doing stuff on your own. Eisenhower's retirement home and Dobbins House Tavern are two places to check out too while there. I'm down. I'm down to fucking get Captain Wrecked.
Would you intercept me?
Got another one.
I'd intercept me.
Cheers to you and the Ubsub boys. Loved you guys to begin with. Arcaf/NORAD AD and TDL here, plus a 4-year stint to USAF AWACS from 13 to 17. Best job I ever had and best friends I ever made. Not all of us up here are retarded. Also on X/IG sometimes.
Captain Wrecked, I appreciate you being here, man. And as much shit as I give to our allied partners, I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all hard. I really do. There are a few allied partners, mostly Middle Eastern countries that I've worked with. We're better off without them helping. We're just better off without them trying to help. But Canadians are not on that list. Canadians are like, I would fuck with Canadians, man. Launch the rescue team. HLC's late to a stream. I was, but you're late now, YF23. You're late. Also, it is time for Protocol 4. I almost said. These are organic oven-baked dog treats brought to you by Grandma Lucy's. You know what's crazy about these things, though, that I didn't know? They're actually, like, human safe. Like, I could eat they look like little Teddy Grahams. Like, I'm not fucking with you guys. These are dog treats. And they're like, a human can consume them perfectly fine. Little pumpkin-y. I would argue the Civil War's most important is it set the precedence for ignoring of the U.S. Constitution. Well, so this is the thing. Charlie Kirk, not a huge Charlie Kirk fan, but there's some things that he says that make a lot of sense. One of the things that he says is the U.S. Constitution is the greatest document ever written. Why? It's because it's a living document. The U.S. Constitution was designed to change. Like, the entire thing was designed to change. So our forefathers had the wisdom to know that the country and times and everything were going to change, and the law of the land would have to change with it. I don't think they'd be too happy with the way things are right now, but I do genuinely, it's a living document. So Charlie Kirk actually says it's a living document and it's the greatest document ever written because it is designed to change. And I'm like, I fuck with that, because that is factually accurate. Video idea.
Intercept me?
The Battle of Vicksburg split the Confederacy.
Intercept me.
The Battle of Vicksburg split the Confederacy in half in Mississippi. On another note, when will the next HLC Files episode happen?
HLC. Oh, you're talking about like me and the missus with HLC Files. Our goal is, and right now, like, she has to watch the dogs when I'm out of the Army. We'll have family be able to do that, so she'll travel with me all the time. Our goal is anytime we go anywhere for like Habitually Fat, we go and do like a food thing, or we go and just have an experience, like boom, 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 and we'll do that every single time. It's on my list. Video idea, state versus state arguing with each other. So, well, I don't really do state versus state, but I did. I do have my Pepperbox series, HLC State of Mind, which is all my characters, but it's history based. So, some of them are better than others. I've hit old man status. I have hit old man status. I am fucking old, Alex. The magnetic field for a fusion reactor has to be so strong in order to lift the fusion material and keep it away from touching anything. The heat of the material is so hot it would melt anything. See, I didn't know that. Colin, are you like a fucking nuke nerd? Which I'm okay with. Like, honestly, here's the thing. You know, I know we all joke about like tisms. And if you watch that recent Habitually Fat, like, I have never been like, that is a beautiful piece of furniture. I've never been like that. There's never been a thing that I've been a part of. But the guys like tism about furniture made that furniture museum exciting to me. Mrs. Linecrosser, she's sending me stuff. I like that. Mrs. Linecrosser sending me. She's become besties with ChatGPT, and it's been she's been asking it. It made our grocery list for us next week, so we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah. But anyway, sorry. What I was getting at with the tism is I love people sharing their tism with me, because I can teach any one of you anything. But unless you're excited about it, you're not going to get other people excited about it. I think the only reason I've gotten people interested in like missiles and air defense and radars and how they work is because I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about that stuff. It's cool to me. And that's why people enjoy hearing about it. So for you guys, the things you're passionate about, I fucking love that, man. Do I have an email? I can send you news about the fusion plant and some context on how it works. Freedom Fiend, it's inquire.hlc@gmail.com. That's the one. I can't pass my PT test because I tore the crap out of my shoulder and get shoulder surgery soon. Oof. It was only one leg tuck, homie. Do it. Okay, just commit before I say it. You like dog treats, don't you? No, these ones are designed like they're perfectly safe for human consumption. Bro just ate dog food. Yeah, someone's going to clip that. That's what it is. I was in an EOD unit. I'm very excited. Charlie Kirk is the least of Americans to have repeated that. See, that's where I heard it first from. So, you know, I don't know where he got it from. If the missus need an AWACS TDL jokes, let me know. I got you, Captain Wrecked. Karab is a dog safe chocolate substitute. Dude, there's a lot of like, dog food is getting a lot better. He's an engine nerd. I'm here for it. When enough is enough, you send the buff. Have a wonderful day of battle. I appreciate it. Your feelings don't matter. Take it easy, man. Eventually, you'll be rich enough to track Wither. Dude, I'm going to hunt that motherfucker down. Wither? I will make sure the next time Unsub does a live show in Dallas, I'm going to do everything in my power. Even if I'm not on stage, I'm going to be there. I'll be there in like a trench coat with a fake beard and mustache, and I'll be naked underneath it. When I figure out who you are, Wither, I have a very specific set of skills. I will find you, and I will take selfies with you. That's it. That's going to happen, Wither. ADHD rants for the win. Bro, I love it. Works in conjunction with the following documents. Oh, damn.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
You will never find me.
You know what? Scoob, if you're in here, find me, Wither. Find him. You get a bonus if you find one. God damn it, my chat just died. Oh, I hate it when it does that. I gotta close out of the chat. Yep, I know I closed the window, and then docs, I gotta open it back up and hope it's working again, and it is. Hopefully I have some things in here. He's an engine nerd. Okay. Fun fact, did I know the Mormon Battalion was the only religious unit in the U.S. military history? I did not know that. Did I see any LDS in Intel? No. I've had an LDS platoon leader in air defense. I had an LDS lieutenant in chemical. He was a Seaburn lieutenant. Really nice guy. I've had an LDS soldier. At least one of them who was like actively practicing LDS. Like he was so LDS, and I don't know if it's a certain contingent of LDS. I'm not really sure. He wouldn't like no caffeine, no alcohol. Like he was super strict on it. And I respect his wishes, man. Like he was a super, super cool dude. Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, at least religion doesn't really come up a lot for me because I'm not a super religious person, and I try and just like respect everyone's individual beliefs. But yeah. Anderson fucking nuke waste? What? I'm in the Navy. No leg tucks. Bro. We don't have leg tucks either. We have a plank now. You know what I tell my students when they're doing the plank? Like, because like, if you guys don't know what a plank is, you're on your elbows with your fists like this. Your fists can touch, but they cannot interlock. They can be up to the fist width apart. That's literally what the document says. Like what the doctrine says. You can have them as wide as a fist. Whose fist? Okay, anyways, I digress. But you have to hold that. And the minimum time is like a minute and like 20-something seconds, depending on your age group. And the maximum time is like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And I tell my students, the best way to get through the leg tuck is to plot against the person who got, or the best way to do the plank is to plot against the person who got rid of the leg tuck. That's what I do. The things that I've thought about the person who got rid of the leg tuck, because only 3 types of people couldn't do the leg tuck. There's only 3 types. Okay. Every single person who could not do a leg tuck fell into one of these 3 categories. 1, those with upper body injuries. 2, those with no measurable upper body strength. 3, those whose gut got in the way of their knees touching their elbows. Fight me. Ugh. I'm in the Navy. Ugh. I will find you, Wither. I will find you. And I will take you to dinner. I'm going to make it weird. HLC, channel name, Chris Bowden, type of content worth it. You feel right at home, engineer with an attitude. I'll have to check him out. I know there's a There's a guy, he just started a YouTube. I was watching him on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but he's a nuclear... But he teaches people like how nuclear power and stuff works, and I watch a lot of his Instagram reels. Hoping to start a pod once I retire and move. 31 days to go. Love to get in touch, chat, and have you on eventually to chat on class air defense from your perspective. Where we get the time, always a fan here either way. Captain Wrecked, you're about to get out. You're Canadian, right? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I don't know what my schedule looks like, man. But I will tell you, if you're thinking about getting out, okay, here's the thing, and I don't want to discourage you. Like 80% of podcasts fail. So you have to do some homework and figure out what you're trying to make your podcast about and how you're going to make it better, gooder, different, right? And then after that, you start building your fan base. And consistency is one of those ways that you build that fan base. Once you get there, like, I hate to say that it's about numbers, but there's a lot of creators that are out there that if you want to like link up with them, the first thing they do is look at like how many people view your stuff, that's the first thing they look at. Sir Neoff!
To see you live. Love the content. What games you into right now? Mine are Foxhole and now Dead Zone.
Lately, I've been into RuneScape Dragon Wilds. Wither!
I'd intercept me.
Sorry, I was distracted. You asked for me.
Wither, I'm going to find you. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on red lipstick and kiss your cheek. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it fucking weird. I don't know. We're going to figure out what I'm going to do. I can't think very, very well. Is that the PT test? No, not the leg tuck. Our PT test for the Army is a deadlift. Hold on. Oh, but Sir Neoff, sorry, I kind of got distracted there. I've been playing RuneScape Dragon Wilds lately. It's kind of chill. I just get to run around. I've been building my house, building up stuff here and there. I'm getting pretty good at it, but yeah. So yeah, you got to get yourself built up a little bit there, Captain Wrecked, and then a lot of doors open up for you, man. Don't threaten me with a good time, Ron Smith. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up here, guys. I can see you doing that to Wither about all that. That's what I try. No politics. First and only warnings. It's in 5 minutes. No politics. It's okay, Wolfram. You guys should all talk politics. I'm just kidding, Wolfram. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't talk politics, Wolfram. Those ETN types. Oh yeah, you guys like dude, the Navy's so weird. The Army, it's like, what's your rank? I'm a sergeant first class. What's your MOS? I'm a 14 Echo. And if they don't know what that is, they're gonna be like, what is that? Oh, Patriot Fire Control Enhanced Operator Maintainer. Oh, cool. Yeah. What's your rank? Oh, I was a staff sergeant. Oh, okay. What was your MOS? Oh, I was a 12 Bravo. Oh, it's a combat engineer. Or I was an 11 Bravo. Oh, that's fucking light infantry. Oh, I was 11 Charlie. Oh, that's fucking mortarman. Yeah, 19 Kilo. I was a tanker. Or 19 Delta. I was gay. There's a 19 Delta in this chat who's gonna take that way too seriously. Yeah, please don't do that to Wolfram HLC. No, I like Wolfram. T-False Nuclear, is that the guy, the one who does the nuclear stuff? Teal, stop texting me while I'm streaming. That's okay. With cheek? Which cheek? The butt cheek. I definitely want the sun, of course. Burn, I'm gay. 13 Fox. I like my foxes, man. Foxes are interesting. Foxes are interesting characters. So my first sergeant, I mean, he's a Zulu now, obviously, but he was a fox. And here's what I've learned about foxes. So in air defense, we have something we like to call Patriot Pretty, where it doesn't matter if the plan works. Does the plan look the way it's supposed to look? And it's the dumbest shit imaginable. And 13 Foxes are the complete opposite of that. It can look like complete smashed dumpster fire ass. Did it work? That's all they care about. And which is great because, like, for me, I hate being told how to do my job. Like, which is strange because I'm in the Army, right? But I hate being told how to do my job because I like to be good at what I do. My first sergeant is a 13 Fox, has no idea what the fuck I do. He has no clue. So he never bothers me. Because soldiers don't come to him with problems. Students don't come to him and they're not like, Sergeant Long is fucking, he's mean. He tries to fucking, he told me I was stupid. And my first time, I'd be like, well, are you stupid? But yeah. 0311, see, that's the only MOS I know in the Marine Corps. 0311 is the same as 11 Bravo. Light infantry. 91 Bravo, light wheel mechanic. 68 Whiskey, combat medic. 12 X-ray, you're special. 13 Bravo, I want to say that's MP, or maybe that's 31 Bravo. For the Praetorian, Missiletism. 42 Alpha, Clerk, fucking Pogue. No, I'm just kidding. 99 Zulu, Combat Ninja, Hemlock. Yo, my clan tag in almost every video game that like allows you to have a clan tag has been 99 Zulu for, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years? Like, old school Call of Duty, I was in 99 Zulu. 1345, Heavy Equipment Operator. See, the Marine Corps, I don't know. They're all 4 digits. I don't get that. ET3, E7, 42 Romeo, and 25 Bravo. So, Commo and 42 Romeo is... What the fuck is a 42 Romeo? 11 Mike. What the hell's an 11 Mike? Wait. That's not light weapons mechanic, is it? Fuck, I don't even know what a... 96 Bravo? I've never even heard of that. The church as a whole follows the word of wisdom. Way too long out here. The simple version LDS website. Still excited to go 35 Lima. No, I mean, hey, look, if you got the TISM YF, you'll probably do great in 35 series, man. 74 Delta Chemical. I know that one because I work with you Deltas. I'll confuse you. 21 Bravo. Yeah. Soundwave, I'm already here, man. You don't got to say hypersonic 3 times. E4, 91 Bravo, light wheel, 91 Echo, generator mechanic? Question mark? Maybe? 88 Hotel, watercraft? Because 88 Mike is trucker. Maybe? What is is 05 Bravo? Chuck? Or what is that? Those are like the buttons on a calculator I never push. I don't know what those characters are. For some reason, I can see Wither being your neighbor without you knowing possible. Bro, if Wither ended up being my neighbor, he would probably still be a smartass and like put money like under my like door in the middle of the night because he's fucking weird. The dog's bed looks small. Bro, I'm telling you, he likes the small bed. That bed he's laying next to is a huge bed. I can lay on the bed next to him. And he's like, nope, I want the small one. Navy took our rates and we looked like you. There was M word in front of name, fleet wide. We had our rates back in 2 months. So, like, it's the thing. The rates in the Navy is weird. So, like, the Army, it's MOS and rank. But in the Navy, it's rate, which is like a 2-letter acronym for your job, and then a number, I think, if I'm understanding. I got 2 family members who are Navy, so I think maybe I'm in the ballpark. And then a number that is like your pay grade. So like AD1, my brother was an AD. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but he was an AD. 31 Echo. I have no fucking clue. I move your connexes. Okay. 11 Mike, we used to be mechanized infantry. Mike had their own MOS? Like, oh my God. Oh, when I said, oh my God, it's retarded. When I couldn't think of a better line for Grandpa Buff. Goo Goo Gaga Lockheed Martin. That's probably accurate. Civil Air Patrol Squadron 45. Welders 91 Echo. So that's the thing. I've only ever used welders in the Army once. We slammed our antenna mast into a fucking shelter. And in the Air Force, 3 times. And you're like, why in the Air Force? Well, because while we were deployed, we had this kid. Good kid. Hard worker, right? Never slowed down. He didn't think anything through. Like, I could tell him, hey, so-and-so, I don't want to say his name. I need you to move that truck over there. And he would say, Roger, Sergeant, then sprint to the truck, fire it up as humanly fast as possible, forget to take out the chalk blocks, forget to remove the drip pan, not check anything else around his surroundings, not get a ground guide, and just haul ass over to there, slam it into fucking park and shut it down. Because he never knew how to slow down. Good kid, hard worker, just needed to learn to slow the fuck down. And yeah, he crashed several times. So the Air Force, which honestly, when you bring in Air Force, a Humvee, and you're like, hey, or not a Humvee. Well, one of them was a Humvee, and then it was a LRPT, and then it was my radar helmet. We were just like, can you fix this? And when they spend their whole day working on aircraft grade aluminum and you bring them structural steel, they get very happy. They're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Leave the truck here. We'll have it done in a couple hours. Like, no problem. They love doing that shit. Rate and specialty. Okay. ET Electronics Tech. See, I don't... Which one is Combat Meat Gazer? All of them if you're the new NCO in the unit. Every single one of them. The second, like, I swear it happens like clockwork. I think first sergeants do it on purpose. The day somebody pins on E5, first sergeant's like, tomorrow morning, we're having a UA. And you're looking at everyone's meat. Like, it's always the new guy, and it's always the second he gets promoted. Crazy Horse died at Fort Robinson, about 100 miles south of his memorial. I've been to his, I think it was his memorial, where they actually put him in the mountain, like carving out the mountain. I went there as a kid. They're on the way to Black Hills from Denver, head east on Highway 71 North. Yeah, we went, I think I've been there. I was real young. Any news on the F-16 in Ukraine being shot down due to S-400 or Patriot? I haven't heard anything about that. I'm curious. Downside is... There's a lot of misinformation in this fight from both sides. The downside is the misinformation here, like if Ukraine shot it down and they just deny it, everyone's going to be like, okay, Russia obviously shot it. And then Russia's going to say, yeah, we shot it. So I don't know. And downside is, unless I had intimate details of like unit locations and method of fire, there's probably not much more detail I could get. I'll see what I can do. NEC Naval Enlisted Code. See, it's weird. It's weird, man. Favorite air defense platform? Patriot, hands down, 100%. Always a Mr. Go Fast in every field employment. Bro, this kid, I love him to death. Again, hard worker. He just came through SLCs, a 14 Tango, which is a Patriot launch station. So there are launcher dogs. I'm the guy who sits up range inside the van. I fight the fight. They go down, put new birds on my rails, troubleshoot the launchers, put out fires, like get everything up and running on the outside. Like that's their job. And when we would do, so the Tangos run a group called, we call them Hot Crew. And Hot Crew, their job is when I call on that radio, they need to move like lightning. As fast as they possibly can, because guess what? It's about to go hot, and if I don't have missiles, we're all gonna die. And then if I run out of missiles, we're all gonna die anyways. Wither!
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Okay, I have to go. One day when I see you, I will give you a $50 and a note of a question. Last thing, I'm not your neighbor, but I would 100% do smart-ass stuff with you.
Wither, I look forward to meeting you one day, man. I just really want to know it's you. But anyways, and this kid, so he was the radio operator and the driver of the truck. So there's four other people. They jump out, they start powering up the launcher, unlocking the torque tubes, applying missile heat, doing all that other stuff that they do. And he's on there communicating with me because there's no windows in the van. I have no idea where they're at. So luckily I'm left-handed, I would be talking with my right, then just kind of clip the pork chop onto me, and I would be blasting through the keyboard with my right hand, and I would write on the screen how many personnel and which launcher they were at. Because if I don't know that, I can kill them. Like, I can barbecue them, I can crush them, like, if I don't know where they're at. So, like, I know which launcher they're at and when they've left that launcher, when that launcher is clear. Downside is, this kid, when he would get excited, the volume and octave of his voice would increase until it quite literally sounded like a woman was screaming into the microphone. And I would just say his name and I'd be like, blank, slow down. And then he would like clear his throat and get the message through. Hey, 4 personnel en route to LS5. Okay, that's what I need. I need you to chill the fuck out, bro. But he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Navy, it goes job, acronym, and then rank. See, I feel like the Navy doesn't really care as much about rank. Navy MH-53E Sea Dragon when? I don't know. I'd have to figure out a character for that one. Will I be doing anything at the Tinker Air Show next month?
Me? I'd intercept me.
Looks like AD is going to get a hefty infusion of funds in the next budget request. What would you prioritize? Besides getting rid of Canuds, smiley face emoji.
So if you mean AD, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by AD there, Ron. If you mean air defense, what would I, like if we're talking about funds for air defense, I think they're going in the right direction with IBCS, with the LTAMS radar, with IFPIC, and now they're integrating, this is news to me, I just found out about this, they're integrating offensive fires in an air defense platform, which is fucking gangster. I read directive and my brain fucking was stupid. Now, if you're talking like AD as in like air dominance or any kind of air platform, canards are still gay. I would make sure that no American plane has canards. The B2 or B1 should lose them, period, point blank. But I would say use a small portion of the money to continue developing the F-47. A larger portion would go to the B-21 because we need that program online like yesterday. The B-2 is expensive to operate, and from what I hear, the B-21 is better cost-wise and capability-wise as well. So to me, that program needs to get up and running. However, I would also spend the money on research and development of robust systems. I feel like that's the main problem the military has, is we spend so much time, effort, and money on making sure things are like hyper like sensitive that we don't make them robust. I think the military in general, which it sounds kind of stupid, you're like, well, tanks are bulletproof. Yeah, but if you shake the wires inside of a tank, something's going to break. So I don't know. Bring back with the B1R project. But anyways, the Tinker Air Show, I was not planning on going to the Tinker Air Show. It's in June, but now I kind of want to go. Maybe I'll make that a spin-off video. I don't know. I got randomly drug tested every month for the last 4 months of contract. Bro, I know the feeling. And I think it's because of like the amount I travel and my social media presence. They're just like, you're peeing in a cup every single time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this as bad for you as you do for me. So every time I take a UA, by the way, this is not against the rules. Not against the rules at all, because they have to see the urine leaving the body. So I tuck my shirt up underneath my chin, and I drop pants, underwear, and everything all the way to my ankles like I'm a toddler. And I usually turn towards them, and I hold my wiener in the cup. And at the end of the cup, it's not long enough to go all the way in there. And and I'll maintain eye contact. I don't give a shit. 81 is aviation machinist mate first class, basically just aircraft mechanics for like MM3 machinist mate third class. Oh. See, it doesn't make any sense. Still weird to me. Thoughts on Planterra's new Titan program? I have not even heard about that, Dieter. I've got to look into it. Palantris. God, man, my brain just could not get those letters to come out of my mouth. Need to go to Whiteman Air Force Base. Bro, there's a lot of military bases I would love to go to for content, but people are not wanting to let us in. Your local annoying 14 Tango war suit. What's up? From the field drifted and an 1151. Trying to clear a backblast. It was a good 2 weeks. That's what I'm talking about, war suit. That's what I'm fucking talking about. I mean, I want to say like, yay. But because of you fucking tangos on Hot Crew, do you have any idea? In one field problem, we went through 3 Humvees because of the tangos. Because you guys just kept destroying them and treating a Humvee like it's Dukes of Hazzard. Mods doing mod shit. The best defense is a good offense. Wolfram is just in here being mean. He's so mean, isn't he? Wolfram is just mean. You know what's funny? the mods do the mods do what I ask them to, but it's so much fun to act like they're the bad guys. And I'm just trying to be cool with you guys. It's so much fun. You have no idea. But Wolfram is mean, isn't he? Isn't he? I'm from the Navy. Give us railguns. I was out there at White Sands when they had the railgun program. I don't know what happened to it. I talked to some of the guys who were at Desert Ship, which I don't know if you guys know this. White Sands Missile Range has a Navy detachment called Desert Ship, and they test missiles and railguns and all sorts of shit. So if you're in the Navy and you want to try and get a cool duty station, go to Desert Ship at White Sands. I think it's only like 20 people. But anyways, I was in the area when they fired the railgun, but I never saw it. I have no idea. Like, they were like, hey, shut everything down. They're about to fire the railgun. I'm like, cool, do I need to leave? Because, like, when we fire our missiles, they block off the whole road. Because, like, the fucking exhaust is toxic, or they're worried the missile's going to fall, or some stupid shit. Anyways, it's a military base. Why are people driving on their road anyways? So, like, they would block everything off, and I'd be like, hey, do we have to leave? And they're like, no, you just can't be on the system while they're firing. And I'm like, all right, cool. And we go sit and like hang out at the smoke pit and text and do whatever we're going to do. And then like 30 minutes later, they come over and be like, they fired it. You're good to come back. I didn't hear anything. I don't know if it worked, but I was in like the general vicinity, like a couple of launch complexes away. Love your vids. Keep up the good work and release the F-22. Thank you so much. Check Engine Garage. Also, your light gave me a little PTSD there. What did Scoob say? What did Scoob say? I need to scroll back up. Time for heavy margs, and my contract ends Monday. I'm now full MLB employee. Yeah! Got you, Scoob. Hold on. Turn on. I just spammed the shit out of that. That's good shit, Scoob. HLC, I was in 122. Yeah. You were in 442? 9 to 13. Yeah, I was Afghanistan 10-11. You were our sister battalion, 442. Think we deployed, yeah. No shit, MKL Wolf? Yeah, dude, I know 442. Because 122, if you the belt where 1st Brigade was at, it was BSB, 14 BSB, and then 122, 166, 442, or maybe it was 442, 166, and then 710. 710 was down on the end. But yeah, I was in 122, man, right there. Yeah, we definitely went to Afghanistan together. Side note, do you know who was in your battalion that lost that 777 round? I just want to know. Or is a Paladin round or something like that? Because a round, they were doing artillery registration right next to my cop. And a round landed like 2 or 3 kilometers short. Apparently somebody didn't put enough of those little baggies in the thing. I don't know. Like, I'm shooting in the dark here. Maybe the gun wasn't pointed up enough, or it was pointed up too high, or I don't know. But I feel like an FDC OIC got fired from that, but they dropped a 777 like right outside of our cop. Not a good time. But yes, MKL Wolf, good to see you here, buddy. Sounds like F-16 was over Sunny Oblast near Gravestone radars. I'll have to check into it, Joel. I got to look into it, like see if we know where things are at. And yeah, I will fuck you up next time we play. Got it, Wolfram. Wolfram commits war crimes before they are war crimes. I smell popcorn. Mrs. Linecrosser is eating popcorn. I'm not gonna lie, I also kind of have to poop right now, guys. That's the proper creator mod relationship. See, I'm the nice guy. My cargo's gonna go boom. That's fine, Wolfram. You always take me to go get more money anyways. Be real, how many of them got hard when doing the UA? So far, none. The only time, this is the thing, I've only been creeped out on one UA that stopped me up. Like, some people have a shy bladder. I don't judge, but like the way that I know that I can pee is when I'm making the other person uncomfortable. Like, that's what I have to do to be able to pee in a cup in front of another grown man. So I did that before one time, and I remember this was years ago. The NCO, Sergeant Flores at the time, I was like, pants around my ankles, everything, and looking at him, and he just walked over and smacked me on the bare ass, and everything stopped. I locked up tight. That was it, man. Not a war crime if nobody did it yet. Your mother was a bot and your father smelled of elderberries. Scoob, are you a little toasty right now, Scoob? Scoob is a little toasty. So we get Ukraine's minerals. Ukraine gets human shields in the form of U.S. contractors. Likely, Ukraine will stay out of NATO, which Russia says they want. Everyone should be happy, right? Well, that's the thing. I don't know the extent of it. I don't know the extent of the deal, because the one wild card we have in this is what Ukraine wants is American presence there. What the United States wants is to not have soldiers deployed to another location. Russia doesn't want American soldiers there either. Realistically, we have enough soldiers in Poland and Germany to hold off Russia until the rest of them get there. Like, I'm not really too worried about that. That's strategically anyways. But if Ukraine's like, yeah, we'll give you these and you can come in and get this stuff, you know, based off of the, you know, possibility that if Russia continues to attack, then you're going to, you know, have to help. I don't know if that part of the deal is sealed. I don't know. But if Russia says, no, too bad, you're going into a war zone, the United States, we're going to continue to attack. I don't know what happens with that deal. Russia's still a wild card at this point. I have no clue. Don't say that 3 times. He's going to show up. LaRue is in here. LaRue, how you doing, buddy? Hey, if you scroll up a little bit, I don't know how long you've been in here, but we got a 442 buddy in here. LaRue was also with me in 122. And then our platoon sergeant went over and he was a first sergeant in Bravo. I think it was Bravo Company 166. Good old no-go Marcel. You're good, Hemlock. Good night, everyone. Plus, good luck finding Wither. I'm going to find him. Wither, I will find you. Oh, you seen that? What happened to 42 Tango Patriot Operator Maintainer? So all 24 series got changed to 14 series. Like, there was a lot of changes around there because, like, medics used to be, I want to say 14 series, and they got changed to 60 series. Like, there was a big restructuring. Some MOSs went away. Yeah. What did we say 3 times to get Wither to appear? I don't know. I'll find you, Wither. I will find you, Wither. I will find you, Wither. I will find you, Wither. He's just going to pop back in. I heard that. If you want to make your UA awkward, look into methylene blue. Drinking it turns your pee bright blue. That's fucking awesome. Will it make me piss hot for anything? Because that's the only thing I care about. But I absolutely want a pee blue on the next UA. People using a catheter to fill up clean urine. Yep. Least favorite state versus most favorite state. So, that's a good one. California is probably the least favorite. I've never actually been to California. I just don't like any of their laws or policies. Yeah, but I know everyone judges California based off of like the Bay Area, so I get that. Most favorite, I gotta tell you, is New Mexico. So, I mean, New Mexico sucks. You all shouldn't. Or Beats, Red P, Mrs. Linecrosser just saw that. You all shouldn't move to New Mexico. New Mexico sucks. Cost of living's high, and they hate us, and God damn it, Wither.
I'd intercept me.
You will never find me.
Wither, I'm gonna find you. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Ryan Macbeth is gonna help me find Wither. I'm gonna text Ryan right after stream. Ryan, I need your help. I need you to be an internet sleuth. Yeah. Yeah, New Mexico sucks. You guys shouldn't live there, ever. Definitely don't like Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo might be nice. I've just never been there. I do like the snow. Don't like lake effect snow. Won't piss hot. See, that's what matters. Eat asparagus? Oh, I mean, they don't gotta smell it. It's weird to think this time, 81 years ago, chain-smoking Brave Bear was helping the Polish during the Battle of Monte Cassino. Corporal Wojtek? I don't know how to say that, but I know who you're talking about. Wojciech? Dude, Poland. Why do all your names and your language have consonants just smashed together with no vowels in between them? USA versus Mars? We already colonizing that bitch. Mars is the only planet that we know of that is entirely inhabited by robots. When I pee after I eat beets, because beets turn your pee red, I have to look at the other guy and go, uh-oh. You made a brown shoe Navy officer witness the whiz quiz. Question, what is a brown shoe Navy officer? Like, I know that khakis are senior NCOs, but yes, I don't know. Bet New York could give you a run for your worst. Look at Rich. Yeah, you know, that's fair. And Wither, I'm gonna find you. I will find you, Wither. I can confirm New Mexico sucks. Yeah, you guys totally shouldn't be there in New Mexico. Cost of living is high and the people suck. And look, because I don't want to tell people where the good places to live are, because I like my space. I used to love Colorado, and then everybody fucking moved there. And I gotta tell you, when they legalized recreational cannabis and everybody like mass migrated from all over the US to Colorado, like that made me really like sad for humanity. You would uproot your entire life and your family for a plant. Like, bro, unless my house burns down, I'm not moving out of it. I mean, that's just me though. Have I tried Sea Power yet? I have not. I've been playing. Oh, sorry. It's been a week, guys. I was up at 5 this morning, so no, I have not had time to play it. I've been playing Dragon Wilds a little bit here and there. Come to KY. No. John, I've been to Kentucky. I've been there. Okay. And now I know you're going to be like, not that part of Kentucky. I went to basic training at Fort Knox in 2009. John, you seem like you're old enough to remember 2009. In January of 2009, Kentucky had one of the worst ice storms they have experienced in like 2 decades. I was in basic training for that. Kentucky was in a state of fucking emergency. We had no power in the barracks for like a week. You know what we did? We read our smart books, as they called them, and cleaned our weapons in the dark for like 4 days. Have I tried Arc Raider game? I've not. Is Arc Raiders out? I know it's like an extraction shooter, so I don't know how to feel about it. But I mean, the trailer looked really cool. Bro, hear me out, Louisiana. I would love to go to like Mardi Gras. I know everyone wants to go to Mardi Gras, but like I want to go to Mardi Gras, and then I'd also like to go like fishing. I hear Louisiana has good fishing. I hear Florida has good fishing. A friend of mine grew up in the Ocala National Forest. He says the fishing out there is great. I would love to experience that in a regular boat, not a kayak, because I don't know if you know this, but in the bodies of water in Louisiana and Florida, a kayak is a fucking bath toy to an enormous fucking Cretaceous period reptile. No. Brown Shoe is an aviator? Yo, you got a pilot to look at you, wee? Gangster. Wait, if I do beats in the blue stuff, it'll be purple, right? I don't like beats, but science may need to figure this out. Wither, damn. Yeah, dude, Wither just shows back up. I swear he keeps it off in the back. Cloudcroft is great. Cloudcroft is beautiful. Just made it. Weapons is here. We're going to give some horns for Weapons. Weapons, I want you to know, no one... So Gappers wanted you to know, he did a super chat a while ago. I don't know if Gappers is still in here, Weapons, but Gappers wanted you to know that, in his opinion, the A10 belongs with the F-14 in a museum because it's no longer relevant or useful on the battlefield. And it meant so much to me that I put that comment, that super chat to memory, because the next time I saw you, I was going to make sure that you got it. In 08, I was in elementary school. Fuck you, Scoob. Okay, why are Pack 3 missiles better than the SM2s for Navy destroyers? Thoughts they were maxed out for production. So, okay. From what I understand, granted, I have no personal experience with an SM2. Okay. I know for Patriot, the size of our canisters, except for with the Pack 3 MSEs, the size of our canisters never change. So for a Pack 2, one canister holds 1 missile. For a Pack 3, one canister holds 4 missiles. The canister is the exact same diameter. It's like 16 by 16 inches or something like that. Or maybe it's like 13 by 13 inches. And Actually, it might be a little bit longer. It might be like 24 by 24. The only logical thing is if the SM2 and the PAC-3 both have the same engagement envelope, they both have relatively similar capabilities. Aside from cost, it would be number of interceptors that can be held on board. VLS, I've seen a VLS before. I've stood like next to a VLS. I don't think you could fit 4 PAC-3s in there. Maybe 2? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. So it could be both cost and number of interceptors you can carry. Because if you can double stack in a VLS, you've just taken, 90 some cells that the block, whatever they're on now with the Arleigh Burke has, and you've potentially doubled the capability of those cells. Now, minus the ones you're going to need for SM6s, SM1s, or SM3s, excuse me, and then Tomahawks and et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, and as for us nearing the production cap of it, we might be right now, but America is just really good at flipping on that switch. As soon as we flip on that switch and go into full production mode, that's when like car companies stop producing cars and they start producing like tanks and shit. We just haven't flipped that switch since World War II. I should go do a vid on Arnold Air Force Base. My great uncle worked in the jet engines they developed there. If you check out the base, my dad would tell you about his uncle. Also gives this $20 to Rich. Tell you what, guys, I will make a. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna have Rich's back 100%, and if he needs anything, I'm gonna be there 100% behind him. Thanks. Love you, weapons. I just wanted to make sure that you got that, so you could tell Gappers the truth. In 08, I was back from my first deployment. Yeah. I graduated high school in 08. But it's crazy. As I get these kids coming in now, and I'm like, well, my first deployment in 10-11, they're like, 10-11? I was in middle school. And I'm like, yeah, cool, got it. I was finding Taliban strongholds before you found your way to second base. Good fucking talk. Anyways, and like, yeah. So, in 08, you were 5? Harry? Are you old enough to be here, Harry? You were in E5 in 2008? Man. And you only made it to E6 20 years later. I'm just kidding. I like fucking with weapons. I graduated in 06, was 4 Fox in 08? 4F? I'm not sure what 4F means. Eastern Wisconsin get the opposite of lake effect snow. Dude, the American Northeast it's on another level. Oh, I saw someone say, look at that doggy. That is my dude. That is my best bud. I want to go pet him right now, but we will wait. I have 10 minutes left on stream. 2008, you were 3? Skater Gator? I was going to make a really bad joke, but we're going to leave that alone. We're going to leave that alone 100%. I was going to be like, Skater Gator, does your mom know that you're potentially in a chat room with sex offenders right now? Oh, man. I'm going to hell. Pet that dog now? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? All right, I'll go pet him. Hey, Buffalo. That's my best buddy. That's my best buddy. Good boy. Stay. Stay. There we go. I had to pet my dude. First deployment was 1991. Holy Santa Claus shit. I was 1. 5-inch versus 16-inch naval gun preference, or do you prefer missiles over spicy exploding cars? I think that there is a... So. That's actually a really good question. I do love missiles. I like missiles just because of the sheer awe factor of like what missiles are capable of doing. Although with technology, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're modifying what they were previously going to make into a long-range howitzer, and they're making it a potential air defense paladin. God bless America. I love the things that we do. However, I think there is a shock and awe and like sheer like fear factor for the enemy when you're throwing a fucking Honda Civic at them from 16 miles away. Like I there's a sheer just like when a battleship lets loose with its 16-inch guns, it's like God just said, you shouldn't be there right now. Like it's something that at least in my opinion, it's a feeling, it's a very specific feeling and set of circumstances that you cannot get anywhere else. Now, I think for practicality, in a modern fight, the VLS with that 5-inch gun really makes the Arleigh Burke class, while it doesn't take as many hits, it really makes it a formidable force. I really do. 155 radar guided munitions, we're getting there. We are getting there. Now, somebody said your EAOS was 2008. Was that end of active something service? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that acronym. The dog is so comfy. He was so comfy, but you guys told me to go pet him, and now he had to get up. But he deserves a treat because he's a good boy. All right, we're going to have him hop up. Hold on. Wait. You want the treat? Okay, come here. Hang on, come here. Oh, God, just stepped on my nuts. All right, come on. There we go. You want to eat the treat in front of everybody? That's my good boy. That's my best bud. Pet that dog. What are my thoughts on the E7 wedge tails? I don't know enough about them. I think I saw an article about that, but I didn't look into it too much. If Ukraine has MiM-23s, does that mean the Russians are getting... I heavily considered making that joke before, but I wasn't sure if anyone was going to get the joke. He's drinking water back there. I'm sure you can hear it. I'm watching my audio just like every time he slurps, just clunk, 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 clunk. A reliable, stable, big freaking gun is always useful. Oh, absolutely. Guarantee you just screenshotted your toes. Did I? Someone screenshotted my toes? High school class of 2011, born in 93. I was born in 90, so I'm not that far off there. Can't replace her, can't have get another. So Dave, I will tell you this. And this is what I told my wife, because my wife, we just got Fritz. Fritz is almost a year old now. She had lost her dog, who, you know, he was like her. When you're in your 20s, those are like your formative years. You learn a lot about yourself as a young adult. Those are also the times where you really struggle the most. And he was there with her through all that. Knox is that for me. I know with Knox, I'm going to be inconsolable when I lose this guy. He's going to be 11 this year. He's an old dude. But that being said, she was considering getting another dog before we got Fritz. And I told her, I was like, look, you want to get a new dog? Get a new dog. You don't want to get a new dog? Don't get a new dog. But one of the things that I really wanted to explain to her is I was like, you will never in a million years, if you go to try and get another dog to replace the pet, the family member you lost, you'll always come up lacking. But another dog, you will love them for different reasons than you loved your previous dog. Like I love Knox. He is my best bud. I'm going to be inconsolable when I lose him for a while. But I also know he likes seeing me happy, and he would want me to probably have another dog eventually. I don't know when that'll be. And I know I'm never going to love another dog the same way that I love Knox. But I'm going to love them for different reasons. Like, that's my big thing, is there's dogs out there that really want a home and they really want to be with somebody, and you're going to love them for different reasons. Sorry, I'm a dog lover, man. Dogs are fucking awesome. We don't deserve them. I look at it like dogs and kids are the most perfect creatures in the world because they're only an exact example of what they've been taught. They're perfect. They only show what they've been taught. So, I mean to say 1,000 people just screenshotted your toes. Oh, way too many kids in the chats, bro. Big facts. 5 toes or 5 pics. I found with Wither. Oh God, Wither's selling my feet pics. That's how he's paying me. The problem is advent of anti-ship missiles of today making battleships arty platforms no longer feasible. True. But what if we put a nuclear power plant and railguns on a battleship? Still, railgun is a decent weapons platform. However, with its ultimately, it's still just a high-tech lead slinger. As far as I know, granted, don't know a lot about railguns. As far as I know, railguns do not have steerable munitions. With dynamic threats that are out there, you definitely need missiles, something that has thrust and is steerable as well. How come missiles aren't rifled or drill bit shaped? It's actually a pretty good question. So the drill bit shape would cause additional drag. If it was drill bit shaped, like, yes, you would get the spin you wanted, but there is a proper amount of spin for a missile. Now, I know that sounds strange, but unlike a bullet, well, I mean, even a bullet has a limit. If it spins too much, it'll literally, like, centrifugal force will rip it apart. Now, there is a certain amount of spin that a missile is supposed to have to keep it stable as it goes through the air. It's not a ton, but it is a certain amount of spin. If you made it drill bit shaped, that would cause additional drag. That's why missiles are almost always smooth down the sides. Some of them are a little bit different. Some of them, of course, like cruise missiles, have lateral surfaces which produce lift. And then as for the pointy versus not pointy, I'm not an aircraft engineer. I don't know the drag coefficient for either one. Not really sure what the difference is there. And then as for rifled, same thing. I mean, as it's coming, I mean, you couldn't rifle a canister that a missile sits inside of. I mean, you could, because there's pop out fins. But something that has pop out fins, just so you know, usually those fins are not steerable, and it's steering via thrust. So you would have to redesign the missile in a different way, and a lot of them, to save on weight and technology, they just have small whatever the hell they're called, motors that are able to steer the fins, with the exception of things like the PAC-3 that has, I don't know how many it is. They're called attitude adjusters. They're little booster rockets. It almost looks like the missile has herpes. There's all these little like black dots right behind the warhead, and those are literally full of rocket fuel. And if it needs to turn real hard, it'll blow off some of those, and it's actually, the thing's smart enough that it'll roll if it needs more of them. So like you'll have, at any given time, you'll have, 10 or 15 pointed in the direction you need to go from, but it may need more than that many to turn hard enough, so it'll actually roll and it'll blast, and it'll turn real hard. It's fucking cool. Missiles are fucking awesome, man. High frequency servo. Yep. I was going to say like servo or coupler or something like that, but yeah. If carpet booms everyone that wants to fun around you, you don't need specialized booms. That's true. But that's also pretty frowned upon, Rosset. It's usually pretty frowned upon. 1971 here. Damn, Mike. The problem is advent... Oh, yeah, no, I read that one already. Sorry. Yeah, no problem, Helping Hound. Here to help. How does it spin? It has fins on the back. So the PAC-3, as it comes out, you'll see it has... it's kind of designed a little bit different. It has like the warhead... Well... The warhead, the attitude adjusters, lethality enhancer. That's about all I know that I'm allowed to say. But it also has tail stabilizers and tail fins. Those will turn. And those are good for a certain amount of turning, a certain amount of G-force, and a certain amount of like rotation. They're good for that. But eventually it gets to a point where it'll exceed that, and that's where the attitude adjusters really help out. PAC-2s do not have attitude adjusters. So actually, let me see. If you just Google... I'm going to Google Patriot PAC-3, go to images. It's one of the more common images. Defense blog. You see an attitude adjuster blowing off, and that's actually telling the missile to turn for the initial turn as it comes out of the canister. You'll see the attitude adjuster actually like blowing off. I don't think my in-game overlay is functional. I don't know if I've set it up right. Nope. Hang on, properties. Nope. There it is. This one right here, that's an attitude adjuster.
That right there, that little thing blown off is an attitude adjuster. Those are not Pack 3s, those are Pack 3 MSEs, but they're ultimately the same thing. Oh my gosh. Yep, I still have the old super chat set up on this. It's not the right size.
Former 68 watts saying carpet booms too.
There we go. Sorry, I gotta switch back. I haven't adjusted that overlay in a long time. I'll adjust your attitude, motherfucker. Yeah, my dad had an attitude adjuster too. It was just a slightly different design. I'm a former 68 whiskey saying carpet booms too. That checks out. 68 whiskeys. I've learned a couple of things about 68 whiskeys, and I'll end on this. They all have that one thing that grosses them out. All of them are different. Sometimes, like, they are the most stoic and iron-faced people through some of the grossest shit in the world. And other times, they wince like a little child. It's hilarious. Number 2, don't play gay chicken with a 68 whiskey. And number 3, oftentimes they are one of the more, like... I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a quick story, okay, about 68 whiskeys. Oh, they use vectored thrust on the AIM-9 and the AIM-132? See, I didn't know that. But anyways, so I will tell you about a 68 whiskey. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want anyone to be in trouble. Individuals in a car, I'm not saying I was present for this. This could be me saying somebody else did it. Individuals in a car charged a formation in broad daylight. Obviously, this is a common TTP, tactic, technique, or procedure of the Taliban. They were yelled at several times. They did the escalation of force, shout, show, shove, shoot. Obviously, you're not going to shove a car, so you kind of have to skip that one. But they shouted, they showed their intent that they were willing to shoot, and then during this time, we were not supposed to fire warning shots. We were supposed to shoot to disable and then shoot to eliminate the threat. Individual in the formation did all the escalation of force, fired to disable the vehicle. Vehicle did not disable, fired into the vehicle. Passenger jumped out, took off running. Driver fell out on the floor, on the ground. Had a severed brachial artery. I don't know if you guys know this. They have a brachial artery that runs down here. Femoral artery in your legs. Carotid artery in your neck. Brachial artery somewhere around like in here. Like right next to the heart. Just so you know, you can't tourniquet that. You really can't like pack that wound enough. Like there's really not a whole lot you can do. You really have to reach in and like clamp it. Bad stuff. Anyways, shouldn't have charged the formation. And a medic that I may or may not know was like, you know, they were like, hey, you know, try and fix him. And he knew the circumstances. He knew the outcome. He knew, within about 30 seconds, the individual was going to lose consciousness and bleed out. Like there's nothing he could do. And he walks over to him and looks at him. He takes off his aid bag, looks at him, unzips the bag, pulls out a glove and starts putting it on, looks at him. And by that time, the bright red squirty stuff was no longer bright red and squirty. And he goes, oh shit, I wasted a glove. That's literally all that was said. So I was like, oh yeah, no, that checks out. That checks out. So about 15 seconds. Yeah, there's not much there. Yeah, so I was told. I don't know these things. Don't use the instant potatoes as quick clap. What the fuck? I don't know why I found that so fucking funny, man. Oh my god. I'm going to find a reason to use that at work. I'm going to find a reason to use that joke. Instant potatoes as quick clot. Holy shit. That's the funniest thing. All bleeding stops eventually. This is true. Now I know if that person were American and had not done anything wrong, he would have dug in there and tried to at least clamp that off. But yeah, I want a post-apocalyptic game where we incorporate the American cheese caves lore. I would love that. Ask Nick how good it is. Is it really that good? Just stick a finger. I mean, kind of works, I guess. HLC, you should do an episode of habitually found the USS LST 325, the only LST left in the US that can get underway. Steams up and down the East Coast and the Gulf. I'm down. Like I said, everything is on the table. And I know that as I continue to make these connections at these museums, because museum curators, they all have a level of tism and they all fucking know each other. So eventually they'll be there. And I'll make those connections. Stick a thumb in it. Yeah, maybe. You ask, was it Scott? I've never met him. I've seen him from a distance. Very large man. But anyways, so... anyways... don't use instant mashed potatoes as quick clot. That is unnecessarily funny. That is probably the funniest thing I've heard in at least 3 or 4 days. That's great. That story offends me for that ignoring BH of the other soldiers. I'm really, really mad. Thanks for that. Yeah, I may have skipped a few details of that story, but yeah. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you all so much for being here. I'm here for 2 hours every Friday night. I will see you guys next Friday. I need to get more work done. I got a couple more videos in the works. But as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. If you would like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecrosser.com. The cheapest way to support the channel is to watch my videos. That being said, I need to stop that for a second. If you get a chance, go to takethehighroad@gmail.com. High spelled H-Y, all one word. Takethehighroad@gmail.com. If you or a member of your family have been mistreated or had your case mishandled by the Buffalo Public School System, those of you that know. I'll see you guys next time.